Hi guys! I recently went to Philadelphia, as you might have noticed from my vlogs, and I couldn't go without, buying things, so we have another haul video! The bulk of this is from the Ben Franklin Museum, located on Franklin Court, and the printing office is there. So what we're going to start with is what I got in the visitor center. And I only picked up one thing there, so I was kind of proud of myself, and the next day it all went to shit. But I got this t-shirt, which has the Declaration of Independence in the shape of the Liberty Bell. Isn't it awesome? And you can't go to a national park without getting one of these bad boys. And it's just information about this place where you are. So all the good stuff. Switching gears to what I got at the Ben Franklin Museum gift shop. First things first, another t-shirt. And this one just says, "Huzzah!" Because who can resist a good huzzah? Up a tiny little magnet of the Declaration of Independence because I'm me and I needed it. It was right at the register, and boy do they know how to get me. A join or die patch from my vest, which I showed in one of my other videos. This is very much associated with the American Revolution in general, but Ben Franklin actually drew it for the Albany Plan Congress, which was way earlier when they were trying to figure out what to do, I think around the French and Indian War. Yeah, it was way earlier, and only 7 out of 13 colonies showed up to that Congress in Albany to discuss things. And if you look at that, it shows like a much weaker American identity. It still wasn't formed, and like pretty much the entire South was just like, fuck you guys, that's way too far, we're not going. On the patch, you have New England, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. At the time, I think Georgia might have still been in part of the Carolinas, which is why there's no G on here. But yeah, it's just cool, and it's one of my favorite political cartoons. It's one of the first, most famous ones of the era of the Revolution, so pretty cool. I am a sucker for tea, which is very un-American of me. We started drinking coffee here to distance ourselves from our evil English tea drinking overlords. That sentence got away from me a bit, so I picked up some Ben Franklin Museum fine tea, Darjeeling tea, which is a distinctive black tea that is grown at the foothills of the Himalayan mountains at the finest of all Indian teas and ranks among the most popular black teas for its complexity and nuance. It was available to America back in the day because of trade with the East India Trading Company. So this should be good. This company, I believe, made the tea that I got from the Morris Jamel Mansion, and I'm just a sucker for tea. I need to get it every time I see it. So this is now my 3rd or 4th collection of historical themed tea. Maybe I'll make that an own video of itself, but I'm excited. And it has like Independence Hall on the side and Franklin Court printing offices, and they're just this one was 50 cents or $1, and this one was $3. This one says, "When the well's dry, we know the worth of the water," which is from Poor Richard's Almanac, which of course Ben Franklin wrote. And I figured I would get this and frame it, maybe put it in my kitchen. And it was printed right on site at the printing offices in Philadelphia, and I think that's really fucking cool. Of the Declaration of Independence in broadside form, because of course I needed it. They told me that this was technically the 2nd version printed back in the day. And let's see if I remember this correctly. It was actually printed... Yes, it was printed in Baltimore by Mary Catherine Goddard, who was one of the first female printers, so it's pretty cool. It has all the text here. Along the bottom it has the delegates' names who had signed it, and yeah, this is my favorite document. It's It's why we exist largely as a country, and it gives me a lot of feelings. And the fact that this is a version of the broadside that was printed by a woman, I think is fucking kick-ass, so I am excited to proudly display this in my home. Yay! National park or historic site is complete without getting your national park's passport stamped. Of course, I was an asshole and left my passport at home. Way to go. But luckily they give you little pieces of paper or fancy cards, so I got all my stamps done. Yay! Yay! So I'll just stick this into my passport for safekeeping, and hopefully next time I go someplace I will actually remember my passport, because that's the whole reason why you fucking buy a passport. Anyway, that's what I picked up in Philadelphia, this most recent trip that I took in June. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so I'm not just talking to myself. Thanks, bye!